Sawadee-kap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Thursday, May 13th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. Just under 3,000 inmates in 2 Bangkok prisons have contracted COVID-19, pushing the daily total to 4,887 for today. The Public Health Ministry reported the numbers today, saying that 1,795 prisoners are infected at Bangkok Remand Prison and 1,040 are infected at the Central Women's Correctional Institution, for a total of 2,835 inmates infected with COVID-19. These cases only came to light this week by the head of the Corrections Department only after protest leader Panusayarung confirmed that she was infected with COVID upon her release on May 6th and said there were many others infected as well in the prisons. She had been in the Central Women's Correctional Institution for 59 days on charges of insulting the monarchy related to 2 protests in Bangkok last year. Most of the prisoners are being treated at field hospitals set up just outside the 2 prisons and at the Corrections Hospital, according to the head of Thailand's prisons. Excluding prisoners, officials recorded 2,036 cases nationwide today. There were also 32 new COVID deaths confirmed over the last 24 hours, raising the death toll to 518. Out of the 32 fatalities, 18 had hypertension, 14 had diabetes, and 17 of the fatalities were in Bangkok. 64% of total cases have recovered. Meanwhile, here in Phuket, health officials on the island have just confirmed 12 new COVID infections within the last 24 hours. And along with 19 new infections reported yesterday, this raises the total for Phuket during this third wave to 587 cases since the start of April. The death toll during this third wave is 1. Most cases are in Wichit with 72, then Phuket Town with 58, Patong with 57, then Rasada with 55. The Phuket health officials, they release these figures nightly at 6 p.m. on their Facebook page, a link for which is in the description. The Tourism Authority of Thailand, the TAT, is optimistic that Phuket can welcome 129,000 international tourists within the first 3 months after July 1st. The island is scheduled to become the first and only Thai province to receive vaccinated international tourists with no quarantine starting July 1st under the so-called Phuket Sandbox model. And if it proves successful, other tourism destinations nationwide will reopen for international travel later this year. TAT Governor Yuta Saksupason is expecting some 30,000 to 40,000 tourists in each of the first 3 months of the reopening, hoping to reach the agency's goal of accepting 3 to 4 million visitors to Thailand in the 4th quarter of 2021, assuming all 9 tourism destinations around the country reopen. At the moment, 22% of the island's population has been vaccinated, and from now until July 1st, officials say Phuket must have 70% of the island inoculated. Some 400,000 doses of the Sinovac vaccine is set to arrive this month in 2 separate deliveries. If all goes according to plan and the island does reopen on July 1st, vaccinated international tourists would have to board a direct flight to Phuket to ensure they don't have to quarantine. Although the TAT governor did say that if time slots at the airport are fully booked, tourists can transit at Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok via a sealed terminal. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket Extra will be back after this. For the first time that all 3 challenges are completed, PVC Phuket will donate 100 life bags to One Phuket. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. The current outbreak of COVID-19 on the island is being blamed on 3 parties that took place on the island early last month. And Patong police confirmed today that the managers of the 3 venues where those parties took place are facing charges. The 3 venues are Café del Mar in Kamala, as well as Shelter and Illusion in Patong, parties that were part of the Color Beachside events last month. Patong Police Chief Colonel Sujin Nilabodi says they filed charges against the managing director and manager of both Shelter and Illusion and the manager of Café del Mar, 3 separate people. All three face charges for acting against Section 9 of the emergency decree, which carries a penalty of up to 2 years in jail and or a fine of not more than 40,000 baht. Colonel Sojin also added that the managing director and manager of Shelter and Illusion in Patong are also facing an extra charge for, quote, establishing an entertainment venue without a license for shelter. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. A 34-year-old woman was impaled by a steel rod protruding from a power pole in a motorbike accident in Wichit-Songkram Road, Katu, in the first hour of this morning. Police say the woman had been driving northbound on Wichit-Songkram Road about midnight midnight between Katu Shrine and Katu Municipality when she crashed into the power pole. Katu police arrived and found the woman impaled through her upper chest by a steel rod that electrical workers used to climb the pole when carrying out repairs. It took rescue workers 5 minutes to cut the steel rod and free the Thai 34-year-old woman from the power pole, and they rushed her to Vashida Phuket Hospital with the rod still through her chest. At last report, she is still alive, although there are no updates that have come in since this morning on that front. Lieutenant Addison Juong of the Katu Police explained that footage from CCTV cameras in the area showed the woman was riding at speed from the Katu intersection at the junction with Prapukekeo Road when she hit the power pole. Stay up to date with this story at thephuket.news.com. Thanks for joining us again on Phuket Extra today, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.